78 years. That's the average human lifespan across the whole world. And if you think about it, 78 years is a really long time. But if you notice that the older you get, the more patient you actually get. Patience, that is going to be the main theme of the book, The Old Man and the Sea. The Old Man and the Sea was written by Ernest Hemingway, the same person who wrote the shortest story in the world, which I am going to read out loud. For Sale, Baby Shoes, Never Worn. Yes, the story only consisted of 6 words. The Old Man and the Sea tells a story about an old man whose name is Santiago. The name Santiago was only mentioned 4 times in the whole book compared to the 202 mentions of the word the old man. Santiago, or the old man, lives in a shack in Havana, Cuba. He is in his late 70s and works as a fisherman. He has a boy as an assistant, which always cared for Santiago every time he came back from the sea. For 80 consecutive days, Santiago had never catched a single fish. He resolved into going further alone into the sea than he usually does. He traveled far and far, and finally, for once, a fish, a marlin, took his bait. It was easier said than done to just pull the fish out from the water. It eventually took 3 days for the man to wait for the marlin to be tired so that he could harpoon it. When he got the fish onto his boat, the struggle hasn't been finished. He had to travel back to his coast trying to avoid the sharks that eventually, one by one, made the marlin into a skeletal carcass. The old man blamed himself for going out too far. He eventually reached the harbor at the dead of night. With no one to help him, he reached for his shack and slept. What I love about this book is that there are actually only a few characters, but the old man makes it as if there were a lot. The old man talks to the animals that came around him while he fishes, even though that the animals can't even speak back. The old man gives those characters or animals personality. That's why I like it. But despite that, most of the book feels empty and boring. There are certain parts where there are just not enough action, or there is just too much of the old man's thoughts that makes it boring. But there are parts where things escalate and make things more exciting, that makes you want to read more and more. The way the book is written shows that the old man didn't care about how long the time it took for him to catch the fish. He had only cared about the pain and struggle between him and the fish. The old man endured that pain, and that shows patience. Patience.